And good Saturday morning to everyone. As we wake up today, it's 48 right now. We'll hit 63 before it's over, but extremely foggy. If you hadn't looked out the back door or the window this morning, it is thick outside. If you've got to go somewhere, drive extremely slow, give yourself extra time. This will burn off after a while and make way for sunshine, and it will be like a summer day. So be expecting that. And also, in headlines, just like that word snow is taken away from the state of Mississippi. We had it mentioned there for a couple of days of possibly snow tonight after midnight. Gone. Won't be happening. So I've checked several of the forecasts around the area and nowhere near us. So that's out of the picture for tonight. I hate to break that to you because we all had that little hope of a little bit there to play around in, but it's gone. Regardless of that. Looks like we'll have a great week. I do want to warn you as we get ready for the following week, and we'll get deeper into this when we get to the forecast here in just a little bit, that there is a chance of severe weather on Thursday. Now, we're already at a level 2 this many days out, which is serious, which means we can have damaging winds, a lot of hail, and tornadoes involved with the system that is moving into our area on Thursday. So stay weather alert. Check back with me often. We'll be on top of this all the way as this storm gets near us on Thursday. Again, we'll get it radar here in a minute. We'll also show you all the information that we've got from the National Weather Service of what's going on. Well, lots to do today. As I said, it's going to be a great day to get out. And let me see if I can pull this up here. I think I can. I just want to make sure that everyone knows about what we got going on in downtown Meridian. And I meant to change the picture of this, and I hadn't yet, but I'll get this up here in just a little bit. The historic walk, get that right in the center of the camera where you can see it there, that is coming to Meridian this afternoon. This will begin around 2 o'clock at Dumont Plaza as we celebrate the birthday of Meridian. It was actually on the 10th, celebrated today. You can go down and see the three-foot story. They'll be telling that story also along with the Union Hotel. We also will have this gentleman here, downtown Meridian, talking. Yeah, Jimmy Rogers will be in town. Britt Gully will be portraying the father of country music and his story. Where do you think he'll be? In front of the train station. So there's lots to do, lots of history, as it will be a historic walk. Bring the kids down. They'd love to hear about it. And there's just so much that you probably don't know. And we'll hear about the burning of Meridian back during the big war. It was one day this week that, I forget which day it was, Sherman died. One day this week. I have to dig back onto that. But he was responsible for the burning of Meridian and destroying the town, much like most of the South. All of that's going to be brought up today. But again, you can pick up one of these sheets, downtown Meridian at Dumont Plaza, beginning at 2, and then you can walk to all of these locations around town. Again, I'll scan this in a minute and put this on the page where you could download it, and you could just have it on your phone. So I'll scan that to where it's of higher quality than what I just showed just a second ago. That was a quickie, as they say, of getting that up the other day, and I meant to do that last night. Well, I failed, didn't I? Also, this weekend, this is going to be taking place at Meridian Community College tomorrow, the Arts and Letters series. They will have this guy there speaking at, I believe, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Harrison Scott Kia, Mississippi writer. Doesn't cost anything to attend at McCain Theater. It's before the Super Bowl. If you want to check that out, they'll give you plenty of time to go in and visit this and then be back home for the game. And we'll see if the guy in Texas loses that $4.5 million that he has bet on the game. Maybe you got a friendly waiver. Also, Valentine's Day is going to be on... that's going to be Monday, isn't it? Yeah, Valentine's Day. Coming up, the United Way also doing this big event. You can go by and support them. They'd love to have you come out and do that. And I think I even have a picture of this here somewhere. I think, here it is. As we pull this up, you can see this. This is going to be going on Monday. If you drop by Cane's, Weidman's, Jeans, or the taste of that I can't pronounce there. Thai, is that how you pronounce that? They're going to be giving proceeds from their sales that day to help out the United Way, and it goes to so many different agencies and places around town that need help from this. It's a good thing there, charity. United Way, that's going to happen on Monday, so if you can do that, go by and visit them. They'd love to have you do that as we bring this in. Let's see. Also, don't forget, want to bring up these young ladies. If you're getting ready for Valentine's Day and you hadn't gotten your Valentine's yet, you can order early. They're going to be open tomorrow if you haven't ordered anything. Yeah, Valentine's Day, you can get roses, all types of things. Here's some different floral arrangements that you can pick up at Honeysuckles, located there on North Hill Street. You can call them at 453-3055. Great arrangements. Sweet girls. They can get it delivered to you also. They'll be busy on that. But also, we expect Tuesday to also be a big day for those who forgot. And they get chewed out when they get home. They'll be making up for that on Tuesday. So drop in and see my girls. They'll take care of you. Again, this is what it looks like if you've never visited them before. It's Honeysuckles, located right there on North Hill Street at 2626 North Hill Street. Can't miss them. They'll take care of your Valentine's Day. A few of the things that are happening here. And we also are going to have that Mardi Gras parade in the Meridian area. That's coming on the 26th of the month. That's going to be on a Saturday. As it gets closer, we'll be telling you more about that. Right now, 46 with a high expected of 63. Well, that's on the way. Coming up next, we'll tell you about what went on in Meridian, a few things overnight, a few things yesterday, and some local and state news, and then tell you more about what's coming up with the weather. All that's right around the corner. Don't rush off. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Florida strawberries, $3.99. Cuties or Halos, a 3-pound bag for $6.99. Heinz ketchup, 38-ounce, 2 for $7. A1 steak sauce, a 10-ounce bottle, 2 for $7. Kraft mac and cheese, $1.29. Assorted pork chops, $1.29. And certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steak family pack, $14.99 a pound.
We're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Since 1985, Miss Rodney's Muffler Shop has been taking care of you. As a matter of fact, they're ranked as the #1 muffler dealer in the South Central Mississippi area. Still located on 8th Street, where you can conveniently drop in. Well, they offer you all the Flowmaster and dual pipes that you'll need, any custom bending for your vehicle. They offer mufflers, muffler deletes, and even factory stock mufflers. They can even install a converter for you. 482-8211. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and they're open until noon on Saturday. Well, yesterday afternoon around Lauderdale County and Meridian got very active. We had an accident, if you didn't heard about this yet, out in the Collinsville area. I don't think anybody in the end was seriously hurt, but boy, it started off kind of scary there at the moment as we pull this up. This was right there at the older Cefco station on Highway 19. A motorcycle was turning in, was going down 19, and this car was turning in, and this is the scene of what happened yesterday afternoon. As we saw the bike laid down, the gentleman was transported to the hospital that was riding the motorcycle. Again, I don't think he was seriously hurt. As you can see the car there where it hit and the motorcycle laying there. And a closer look of the damage. That's pretty serious damage there. Fortunate to be able to get up and walk away from anything like that. And we're thankful. But again, that happened there in Collinsville. A lot of folks turned out for that to help everybody and got back on the road. Again, from my understanding, the gentleman was going to be okay, but a scary situation there. That real bad there. Also, I think it was about 15 minutes later, we got a announcement of another wreck. We started getting inboxes on. This happened on Highway 39. As we went up there, as you turned to go to NAS Meridian, it was a one-vehicle accident that rolled over here at the intersection where you turn to go to John C. Stennis Drive. There's always accidents right there in that little corner of the world. I always remember that when you're traveling down 39, and that's where it goes into 2-lane there as you go on toward the cab. But a wreck happened there yesterday afternoon also. Other activities that went on in the area yesterday, this happened also as I bring you up a chart to show you where this went on. A car was shot yesterday afternoon. I got reports of gunfire on the 1700 block of 36th Avenue. As we dug deeper into this, it was a car that was hit. No one was injured, but the car did receive 3 bullet holes that I'm aware of. No one's been arrested. They haven't been able to piece together who it was. One of those drive-bys that are frequent. It was called in, and police did arrive, but thankfully no one was hurt. We're tickled over that. Now, another thing that went on yesterday, and I've mentioned this several times about brush fires. Be extremely careful on this. We had a fire near Lauderdale that crossed into Kemper County. I think it was 30 acres that caught fire. Started out with just a little bitty like burning brush or limbs. Next thing you know, it got out. We had another, I think it was 3. Even Clark County had these yesterday. So don't burn at all, if you can help it, is we look at this chart from what they're saying with the wildfire conditions. And this is going to be all the way through Monday afternoon. So as I talked to the fire departments yesterday, whether it was volunteer fire department or the Meridian Fire Department, don't burn this weekend. Hold off. We're dry. There is just so much dryness right now. We got rain coming later in the week, but right now everything is just crisp, and that wind catches it, and then boom. We even lost a camper yesterday. I wrote this down on Baylor Road as one of these got out, like a pull-behind camper, was destroyed by fire. Awful to lose something like that. So be careful with what you're doing with your burning this weekend. We don't want anything more to happen with that. And those are a few of the headlines for that. As we go to headlines across the state, let me see here what else that we got going this morning here. Yeah, let's go to some headlines across the state. As we go to Jackson, it's always a headline in Jackson. It's almost daily. An argument started. Somebody tried to get robbed in front of the Lomax Food Mart. Shot and killed. Robbed. Jackson, Mississippi. It's an everyday occurrence there. The suspect was killed in the shootout. It happened at Lomax. That's on University Boulevard is where that went down in Jackson. That's sad as we go here. Also in Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm telling you, you could almost do an entire hour of what happened in Jackson, Mississippi, our capital city. But a guy was sitting in his car minding his own business in front of O'Reilly Auto Parts in Jackson. Well, guess what happened? He was shot. They're investigating it. 34-year-old man was shot in his car multiple times while he was sitting in his car. Now, was it intended? It almost has the sound of that. I don't think it was random, but he was shot in his car multiple times there. That's what goes on there. As we dig deeper, and this is, as we've said several times, Mississippi in the spotlight, Brookhaven, as they've messed this up in the national news of Brookhaven being a suburb of Jackson, Mississippi. No way, no how will it ever be. But a FedEx driver was shot at. It was a father and son team that chased and shot at the FedEx driver who was delivering packages after 7 p.m. The FedEx driver, after all this occurred, and they did get bullets out of the gun, out of the van that he was driving. They did actually shoot at him. Charges have been filed. They're not as serious, but the attorneys for the FedEx driver want this to be, from what I'm understanding, more or less a hate crime. The driver of the van was black. The two gentlemen that shot at him were white gentlemen, a father and son, and they're saying this is almost like a copycat shooting of Georgia. Still lots to be said about this. The driver from FedEx said he was too distraught to work. FedEx quit paying him. As we look at the headline this morning, they have reinstated his pay while he is off. We'll watch the case closely. This is going to build and have more details coming out of this. Basically, the guy was delivering packages, and they, for whatever reason, thought he was a thief or somebody that shouldn't be in the community, jumped out in front of his vehicle. He kept going. They shot at him and chased him. You can't make this stuff up. You don't shoot at somebody for no good reason. And to me, that's not a reason because you think somebody looks suspicious. You can't do that. This will get a lot worse before it gets better as the details come out of this. It's coming. From Mississippi State, well, let's just see if this is true or not. They say that Mississippi State is dropping mask requirements, and then they throw the word except for instructional spaces. It says it will require masks in instructional spaces such as classrooms, labs, and studios. So I asked the question, is Mississippi State really dropping the mask mandate? Doesn't sound like it to me. Made a great headline, but if you still got to wear it, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're not dropping it. So what was the purpose of the headline? I really don't know. They missed that one. We found out this morning, and it's not going to be good for this guy once he makes it to jail. A Hancock County deputy will head off to jail. He's been arrested on child exploitation charges. Derek Flanagan was arrested yesterday afternoon with 2 counts of children. Pornography. It's not going to be good for him. He'll probably bail out, but never good when a police officer goes to jail. And shame on him. That should never happen. Ever, ever, ever. We say condolences as we lose a Mississippi sheriff who passed away yesterday from Issaquah County. Sheriff Richard Jones died of cancer. He's the third sheriff that we've lost in the last little bit. He was much liked in his community, and cancer got him. We pass along condolences to his family, his co-workers. That's very, very tough. The other two sheriffs that we've lost were due to COVID. This gentleman lost his life to cancer. It's just as nasty and probably worse than COVID ever was. Sneaks on, we've lost so many people. I doubt that there is a person watching me right now or somebody that you're an acquaintance with that you haven't met that has been affected by cancer. Even my wife has had it. She survived it. It's a horrible disease. As we go to our next subject, this worries me, and it should worry you, of where I'm trying to, before I read the headline, I was trying to put it in just layman's terms of giving a pat on the back and say, "Oh, go ahead, it'll be all right," even though you don't know it. As we look at the headline here, the Senate passes a bill that would allow third graders in the state of Mississippi with low reading assignments to be promoted to the next grade. Now, let me repeat that again. They're going to pass a child that really doesn't know the academics to the next grade regardless. And it's the reading skills. What happens one day after all of this, you keep getting passed and passed and passed, do we have a generation that doesn't know how to read anymore? China, other countries surpass us. It's not good to do that. It should be a standard for all, regardless. It was when I was there. I had to pass it. I think you did too. I just don't think it's a good thing to pass someone just because. I think that hurts our future as a nation. I could be wrong. If you disagree with me, please let me know. I'm open for discussion on that. I just think there's a snowball effect that will catch you some 20 years later. As we go back to, remember that program Bush did? What was it? No Child Left Behind, where they basically, you just went on to the next grade whether you knew it or not. That does affect our society. It affects our nation, in my opinion. Love to hear yours on that. Biloxi making the headlines this morning as we go to this, and we know this all too well in Meridian, Mississippi. How many times have you been driving down the road and you pull up to a stop sign, there's a homeless person, they're begging for money. You pass by where on North Frontage Road behind, before you get to where the grocery stores are, down there where McDonald's, it stretched there from the railroad tracks. All of that area back there is homeless. As you go left up toward Walmart, those woods in there, full of homeless people. They have encampments scattered all across the city. Meridian is probably one of the biggest places that they ride the train and jump off as the train is coming to town and take up encampment. They even, at one point there, by exit 150 there at the airport, they keep that cut now. But when all that was grown up underneath those trees, there was tents all under that. As you pass by coming to Meridian, that's been cleaned up. But we've got a lot of homeless here. What do? I don't know the answer. But in Biloxi, a fight broke out in the encampment, and they have found a homeless man dead. He was murdered by another homeless man. They have taken into custody, a 63-year-old man named David Thomas Jordan for the murder of another man. They have not released the name of the other man. I'm not sure that they know his name yet. But bad. He was found and had been murdered there in Biloxi there. As we cross over to Alabama, there was a horrible wreck yesterday as we look at ABC 3340 reporting there near Hueytown. It claimed the life of some person. One person was dead where they ran into the back of an 18-wheeler in Alabama. Hate that. He was a 21-year-old. How the wreck happened, we don't know, but someone has lost a son, a friend, and possibly a husband. I don't know his condition there. And the FBI is asking for your help. And let's pull this up and show you some of these pictures. There's been robberies. I think it was 1 in Tennessee and 7 in Alabama of a bank robber. With these masks, it is much easier for someone to walk in, be undetected when they walk in, because everybody's got a mask on their face. They're harder to tell who they are. As we look at this, and let's pull this up where you can see this. Let me pull the screen up here. Here's the bank robber here as he goes in. As they show that, and let me see here this view all photos here of the guy that, here's a picture of him here as we go through this, wearing his STP cap. Again, 7 different banks in Alabama, 1 in Tennessee. You happen to know that guy, recognize him, call the police. They'd love to hear about it, or FBI. But casually walks in and robs banks. FBI will eventually catch their man, but I'm telling you, this mask thing is not good. And now they're suggesting putting a stocking over your mask because it'll work better. That's really working great for the criminals. Really it is. Y'all know that as well as I do. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Also, closer to home as we look at across the state line, Demopolis, Alabama. I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but an Alabama woman has been arrested for running over her ex-husband. Angelica Isabel, and I'm going to pronounce her last name not exactly right, Quintina. She's 28 years old. She's been charged with the murder of 27-year-old Dennis Melton. They both lived in Demopolis. We sure hate that, and there's a picture of them there. That's the headlines across Alabama as well. That serious stuff there. Coming up next, we're going to check your forecast, let you know exactly what to expect today as you're out and about, and we got storms coming. We'll talk about all of that next right here at the Scotty Ray Report. The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets, and all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for our cooler or custom woodwork, plus local beef, milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The back porch, Highway 19 North Meridian. And don't forget about our friends at Talbot Enterprises when you're needing a car part, even batteries, starters, motors, fenders, mirrors, you name it. They've got it at Talbot Enterprises in House, Mississippi. As they've always said, they ain't no junkyard, but they sure got a lot of parts that'll save you money. Drop in and see Kenny and Heather. They'll help you find anything that you're looking for. All right, as we turn our thoughts to weather today, it looks like it will be nice. After all, it's not going to be bad at all as you make your plans to head out. But as we said, we got some mysterious weather on the way that we can't tell you all the details yet. Let's turn our thoughts to that weather now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at this, our highs today, Meridian 63. This is where, as I said, we no longer have snow in the forecast. We're not going to get it. But as we go to the northwest here, Yazoo, Vicksburg, northeasterly, light snow there. If you know someone in the Mississippi Delta, they could get a little bit late tonight there. So we'll watch that as it comes across. But our area now, not going to happen. We did have that glimmer of hope there for a little while, but that's the breakdown of how it's going to happen. Nowhere east of Vicksburg on I-20 will it happen. It'll stretch from Vicksburg up to Eupora there across the Mississippi Delta. But 63 for us, 59 in Philadelphia IA today, down to Laurel, 68. As we move across that balanced state line, it looks great over there, 64 in Demopolis, Alabama, as we'll go through Livingston at a nice 63 today. Even in Geiger, as you come up there at ML, all those areas there, perfect weather. Anniston, 62, down to Selma, 67 today. Now, let's start talking about the wildfire conditions. As we've said, we've had several fires get out of hand over the last 48 hours. Burning it right now is just not a smart decision. Don't burn any more this weekend if you can help it, as we'll have this all the way through Monday afternoon. They can get out of hand so quickly. I've had it happen to me. It can happen to you. So watch that. Don't burn at all if you can help that. As we look at dense fog this morning, this is the area, and it is thick, thick, thick as we look at this all across Lauderdale County. And this will even stretch, as we said, even up in here to Kemper County, but heavy back over Newton County and southward toward Hattiesburg. It's really bad. We'll look at radar here in just a moment and show you the areas and locations, what you're close to, of just how bad it is. Now, as we look at what is coming Thursday, and again, today is Saturday. It's nearly a week out that we're saying the bad weather is coming. That usually means it's something severe. We've got it right here across the state. Wednesday, it will be to the west of us in Louisiana. And by Thursday night, it will be in our area, in our back door. As we look at a closer look at this, it's still too early to say, well, it's going to be right here at Newton, the worst of it, or right here south of Meridian. This entire area here is at risk for tornadoes. This is pretty serious there as you get out of this already at a level 2 as we approach this many days out. And usually they'll put a 1 up there, but they're already seeing that this could be severe on Thursday. Check back often. I will follow this all the way leading up to this storm front as it approaches us. Be weather alert. Make sure to get you a NOAA weather alert radio if you don't own one of those. Have several ways to where if bad weather breaks out, you're aware of it. Whether it's following me, having that alarm, your phone works, but always never depend on these outside alarms. If you have a TV, it can drown out an alarm from a siren from a local fire department. Be prepared to have several ways to know the bad weather is coming. We want you safe. We'll tell you more about how to be prepared for it as the week comes. Now, let's go back and look at our temperatures over the next few days. This is what we're looking at for the next 6 to 10 days. It's going to be a little bit warmer here to the east of us, especially there in Alabama and Georgia. Will be normal in the state of Mississippi for a few days as another cold front will approach, and all of this is going to mix, most likely on Thursday, and cause, issues for us. Let's go ahead and look at our 7-day outlook of what is expected over the next few days for us. And here we are as we look deeper into this forecast for today. As we said, fog should start burning off by about 9 a.m. here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. We hope so. But gusty today, causing those wildfire conditions to be bad. High of 63. As we go in tonight, cloudy, and as I said, snow chance 0 for us now. We'll have 20-mile-an-hour gusts tonight, though, with a low around 27. So you put that 27 degrees with a little wind on that, and your pets are going to be absolutely miserable. Or anybody that has a place that isn't well heated. Make sure to take care of your pets, your animals, and the elderly in your community, because it's going to be cold tonight. We want everybody to be warm. Same thing goes for tomorrow night. 51 for a high as we head off to church tomorrow, but down to 29 on Sunday night. We'll start warming back up again as we start the week off, leading to this mess that we'll have right there, as you'll see there. 66 on Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday, and we're at 70 on Thursday when the bad weather does get here, low of 40 that night. And again, it's too early to tell the exact time frame that it will get near us, but we'll have this, and we'll be on top of it and let you know as it comes. We'll drop from 70 to the 50s. Let's go ahead and look another few days into the end of the month as we go toward the 26th all the way through February. We'll start seeing nighttime lows kind of taper off in the 40s, but still warm here as we move back into this, and more rain chances, possibly thunderstorms there around the 22nd of the month. Lots to watch with this. We never like scary weather there, but that's what we're watching. We'll be on top of this, as I said. Now let's go to radar and show you exactly what's going on this morning as you wake up and you start your Saturday as to what you'll know. And I hit the wrong button there, didn't I? Let me pull up that radar where you can take a look here. As we go over, and this is the look that we've got. Most of the heavy fog has moved to the east of us here. We've still got some. This was sitting in Meridian just a little bit ago. Let's zoom in on this. All of this gray area that you're seeing on radar is a dense fog advisory. So it hasn't left us just yet. A lot of the heavy stuff has. Let's turn on locations and show you what we're showing now. As we move into Lauderdale County, as you come up, it doesn't quite hold as heavy there in Collinsville, but it's right there at the fire department on 19, and you go down 494 toward Newton County. It's going to be thick there on that 2-lane road as you pass by all of this area through here and you get out past Freeman Tractor. Also over here near Rose Hill Church, thick. All down here on Highway 19 past Owls over toward the country store. Walmart still having fog, and even out by MCC. Now, this is going to stretch eastward and follow I-20 across here. Somewhere around the hospitals and where Joe's is there, where the 22nd Avenue Bridge there at SMI Automotive, it will start breaking and getting a little bit better. And then southward into the county, as you go up past 22nd Avenue, past the church there, it's going to be thick right there to the Evangel Temple on into Clark County as we look at this. Scattered all across Clark, heavy. We go west of us and we get over here right there at Paulding, there at the courthouse. Fog, heavy up to there. Half of Newton County still into this, almost to Newton, past Rose Mobile Homes in this area. As we move across into Alabama, we'll see that the heavy stuff has moved east of Livingston, east of York. We still got some fog around Demopolis, Newbert, and these areas here, but our thick stuff that we're going to find over in Alabama around Selma now, as it burns off as daylight is coming. So if you're going to be traveling 65, any of these areas over here east of Meridian, be extremely careful. We go down and follow toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Still heavy there. Hattiesburg, just west of you. As we get into New Orleans, and we know how the traffic is around New Orleans, Louisiana. Look at that fog. It is thick if you're anywhere in this area this morning. Be careful if you've got to travel there. It wouldn't hurt to let the burn off for about 45 minutes before you make your travels there. As we move out and we just take a look at what's happening around the nation, I'll show you some showers that are occurring right now. Shreveport, Louisiana, back over to Tyler, Texas. And this is what is going to mix and have this snow up through here as we'll watch this. North of Denton, Texas, already snow. Lubbock, you got snow headed your direction now. Amarillo, out in that area. Jackson, Tennessee has some light showers there as we go south of Murfreesboro for some showers there. If you're going to be in the Badford, Tennessee area or right there in Bidwell, Tennessee, some light showers. It's not bad, but Jonesboro, Arkansas, out to the west of you and southwest of you, sitting right there, I believe that's Angelo, if I'm pronouncing that right there, got some snow. As we move up that eastern coastline, not much happening there. But in Indianapolis, snow this morning as we come up into these areas up here where it's always cold. If you're waking up there, negative 13 degrees in Halma, Minnesota this morning. We come across here into North Dakota. It's a negative 2 there. Not the place to be at this moment. As we cut across over to Montana, a heat wave. It's 12 degrees in Montana this morning. And, well, we still got a little fog out here toward the San Francisco area and also all up here around Seattle, Washington. That's a quick look at what we've got going on in and around the nation. Hope you picked up a thing or two this morning. And thank y'all for joining me. I do appreciate that as we begin another day. And as always, as I've said, if you encounter something, shoot me a message and we can share it with others to let them know. Bill Reinhardt says he's going to be going to the walk around Meridian today. Should be interesting. I hope everybody can make it out and take advantage of that. Good morning to each and every one of you for joining me. Nancy, how are you today? Joyce Gressett. So many people watching, and we appreciate that on all different platforms. Candace will be back with me on Monday morning at 8 a.m. We'll have another show similar to this beginning at 6:30 on Monday morning as we get ready for another day. A quiet night for the most part around the Meridian area, or at least we think it is as daylight breaks. We'll be on top of this. No Bossy today. No, she doesn't come in on Saturdays. Candace is somewhere with a vacuum cleaner or telling someone what to do, being bossy, right? She's always loves to clean. Also, Betsy Holly, how are you today? April Roberts, how are you? Have a good day. Thank y'all. I'll be back Monday morning, don't forget there, beginning at 6:30, we'll have a full broadcast to let you know what's happening. And as always, throughout the weekend, we're here. We're breaking news, anything that will involve you with headlines across America. That's what's going on. I did want to mention, y'all be ready for this. War is coming. Wednesday looks like it's going to be the day. As Putin is not backing down and they're telling everybody in the U.S. Embassy to get out and get out now. Several things that are happening. They're testing Joe. I think we all know how that'll come out, how he responds, how he reacts. They always try a president, and we know how this one is on issues to this sort. Someone else is making the calls on this. And then plus there's always those government contracts that people love for war. It makes money. It does. The Canadian truckers, I forgot to tell you about that. They were given a deadline to get off the bridge or we're going to come get you. Well, they didn't budge. They're still there. And no one come and got them. Expect things like this to come to the United States as people try to make a statement of, we're tired of being run over by the government. That is coming. That's going to be happening. Also in New York, the Supreme Court, I didn't bring this up. Teachers took a case to the Supreme Court to say we don't want to get the COVID shot on religious beliefs. Didn't work for them. The Supreme Court voted against them. Joe Rogan still catching the devil, as they so to speak there. He was going to do a UFC. He was going to join the UFC tonight and be an announcer of a match that was going to happen. He's been uninvited, so to speak. That's a few of the national things there. But the war thing is something to watch. Wednesday is what we're being told what will happen. Wednesday. Warplanes will be all about. We got a few troops over there. It's very concerning. Expect, and you know this is coming, we're already at $3, $3.10, $3.12 at the gas pump. This will highly affect the prices of fuel. Why? Oh, yeah, we're not drilling in the United States anymore. Just a little over a year ago, we were the number one world supplier. Now, don't have enough to fill up our own tanks. I'll be dogged. That's headlines this morning. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you so much for being a part of this as we begin your weekend. A big thank you to all those who help out and sponsor this show. If you'd like to become one, get in touch with me. See how easy it is to become a part of this. One of the fastest growing programs we've got in the area. Be a part of it. Thanks a bunch. And we'll be back soon with more information throughout our area here across the state, Alabama, and across the nation at the Scotty Ray Report. Thank y'all so much.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by